Live. There it goes. Now we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat. I'm your host, Roger, hanging out with Pat with Real Beast. How you doing, Pat?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
We've been backstage talking just a little bit, getting things underway. Hang on, I'm getting ready to echo. I just realized I was trying to watch a video before we started there. I seen that daggone, I'm not feeling well, guys. My brain's kind of going everywhere, but daggone it. I'm just going to skip it till I remember. He had to cancel tonight because he wasn't feeling well. This is going to be a good one. Sorry, buddy.
It's going to be real.
Huh?
It's going to be a real one tonight.
This is going to be real. This is the real deal here. We don't sugarcoat stuff, and we don't try to pretend to be nothing we ain't. But we got early birds in the house. Early birds went out to Avid. Avid was way early today at 6:30, tuning in, claiming his spot as the first person in the live stream. Followed up by Chris Davis, Lance McCoo guy. Chrissy Brown's in the house. My brother Skip with Clearview Outdoors. What's going on, Skip? Sampy's in the house as well. And Tommy Long with Minnow Dunkers had their first Minnow Dunkers tournament of the season Sunday. So we'll try to talk more about that. Fishing with the Chad, fishing with the Squirrel. Now it's starting to get away from me. J-Dog's in the house. What's going on, brother J-Dog? Haven't talked to J-Dog in a few days. I've been trying to go out and kill a deer. Deer season came in Monday, so been out last couple of days trying to hunt one down. We got Big John in the house as well. Thanks for tuning in. Chucky Morgan, Lizabelle, Patrick Thomas, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you guys being here. Sean Abney is also in the house. JP3, Maurice Kaysen. I'm going to try to keep up now. Now they're really starting to fire off. Everyone's saying hello as well. Holy cow. We got James Kirkpatrick as well. Always good to see the both of them in chat together. I got to be honest, I'm quite jealous of the relationship they have as a brother and sister. That's I don't get along that well with my brother or sister. Never have. But it's cool to see. I love seeing those two together and hanging out and fishing and just chatting it up. Kelly Guest is in the house as well. Who's that?
You said Kelly Guest? What's up,
Kelly
babe?
Guest.
You watch?
That's their name. It says
Yeah,
Kelly Guest. I may have misread it because I'm pretty loopy. Anyway, we got Annette Morgan in the house as well. I don't think I'm going to get to the bottom of this list. Mm-hmm. Roger Brown's in the house. Automatically awesome because his name's Roger. We got a lot of awesome folks hanging out with us tonight. Chrissy Brown, I know I've said it before. I'll say it again. I haven't seen Ernie. He might be down and out. Turned in early for the night, but we're going to go ahead and get things started. Air Run says, Real Beast ready for some saltwater fishing.
I'm trying, bud. Hopefully I'll be there Saturday morning. I'm doing something here, but I can't go live.
We'll get to that here in a second. I want to give a shout out to JP3, $5 super chat. Thanks, brother. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot. It means a lot. It's not easy being here. Pat's heard a messaging before. I come sliding in sideways. I just walked in the house about 10 minutes ago. Was out hunting with some buddies tonight, and it's hard to get here every night, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night, but I make it happen. As my other brother, we got River Warriors are in the house. All three of us are here now, so River Warriors united as one. We didn't do too bad this weekend fishing together. We'll touch on that here in just a little bit. We got Dave Garcher in the house, and I will circle back around and try to say some hellos as they tune in. But we've got 28 folks in chat already, and so let's get Holy moly, we got another $5 from Lizabella Patrick Thomas, just because you're awesome, from James and Lizabella. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. But Pat, when I was going through those names, did you hear some that you hadn't heard before?
There's quite a few of them, actually.
Quite a few of them. All right, so good. That's we got your face out there in front of some new folks. So I did put Real Beasts link in the description. So if you like what you're hearing and you like what you see, be sure to go over and check him out, and make sure you do it right way. Make sure that hook set sticks, and you check out a video and leave a comment, so that when you want to go back and circle back and watch some of this stuff, that you're still hook set to the channel. So Buckeye Catfish and Jim's in the house. Well, Pat, let's do this first. Let's introduce yourself. If you would, give us a little bit of background on who you are, got kids, family, and all that kind of stuff, what you do for a living, and we'll start there and go on.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I'm a painter by trade. I'm actually, I'm not even home right now. I'm actually in Savannah working at a job. We're actually staying here as we work. It's kind of like a perk. While we stay here, we get to go fish. So I'm actually doing some painting right now for this week. That's why y'all won't see me on the river. But y'all already seen my wife is in chat. She's probably poking around in there a little bit, her and the two dogs. We got two dogs that think they're horses right now, watching the screen probably. I mean, I basically, the area y'all, if you see me fish, you watch my stuff, you know, I'm from Columbus, Georgia. I've been around there, was born, raised there, moved away for a little while to Mississippi, and then come back over this way. So it's where we finally ended up.
Right on. So what kind of fishing? Let's start with it. We'll start at the beginning. What kind of fishing did you get into originally? What got you started?
So this kind of a claim to fame for my dad a little bit here. So he always wanted to go fishing growing up, and his buddies would never stay long enough to go fish. So Pups missed me. I see that, babe. But he basically had to make his own fishing partner. So he had me, and believe it or not, I actually caught my first bass, which we started bass fishing. I caught it before I was 1 year old on, I believe it was like a Batman rod with like a little Zepco reel and a rubber worm. So he's got pictures of it. I don't have it with me tonight because we're on the job, but he's got a picture of me sitting there in diapers reeling this bass in on my own. And it was about 3-pound bass, which, you know, that's pretty good for anybody.
That'd be a good picture for your community page. You got the community page now, right?
Oh yeah, it finally showed up.
Yep. So that'd be a cool picture to have out there.
Yeah,
you started out a bass fisherman, right?
Oh yeah, bass. A little bit of brim, just kind of bass, brim, and catfish. But brim and catfish was just kind of like if the bass weren't biting, just to catch something, you know. Just to feel a tug on the line. I didn't really start venturing out and trying for more fish, different kind of fish, and really getting serious about catfishing and stuff until way later on. You know, probably I was like 15, 16 years of age. So most of my life was dominated with bass fishing. And it actually, when I was 20 years old, when I first moved to Mississippi, was when my whole thing with catfishing started. I had seen on a video on TV some guys catching flathead catfish from Mississippi, and that was always a bucket list thing, just because it was a big, gnarly looking fish. It was real pretty colors, you know, that brindle look.
Oh yeah.
And within 3 weeks of moving there, I caught two. Nothing big, you know. No, yeah, nothing big. One was like 21 pounds. And then the other one was about, I don't know, maybe 18 pounds, but that kind of ignited it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. My first flathead was like 12 or 13 pounds. I got a dorky picture of myself holding that fish up, and that was it. That's from that day forward, I wanted to catch catfish.
Well,
so you've been in, but you, besides catfish, brim, and bass, you also do some other fishing, right?
Oh yeah. When I was 8, we got our first taste of saltwater fishing. So my life has basically revolved into not just one type of fish. Like I like all fish now. I generally like the bigger, dumber, tougher fish that they'll bite a line and they'll fight real hard. Trout fishing kind of makes me angry. The little jokers are so hard to catch, but we started catching ladyfish on a Zepco 33 10-pound line, and they stole every lure I had in my tackle box. I think.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, they stole every top water plug, every spinner bait. There was a huge school of them. I mean, we caught them for probably 4 hours, and then we turned around, and a buddy of mine went back down there a few years later, and we hooked into a shark. And this is where my whole obsession with sharks started. It dragged me face first through the sand into the water about waist deep, and I had to fight my way back up to the bank because my dad's steadily yelling, "Don't drop the pole!" You don't. He's got to pay for the pole. Long story short, it spooled me all the way to the knot and broke it off. So that kind of started that whole freshwater, saltwater addiction.
Yeah, I could see where that would light a fire under you. I've never been able to catch. I've got some smaller saltwater fish on one of them head boats, but nothing like that. So
yeah, it was something.
So I know from experience watching your show, watching your channel grow. Which congratulations, by the way. You are gaining ground fast. And it's kind of like what most of us experience in our channels. It kind of starts out so far, and then it just starts to roll and gets rolling. What's the snowball effect? And you went from like barely to 500. You went right past 500, 600, 700. And you're creeping up on 800 now, right?
Yeah, starting to. It took forever to get to 100, and then it took even longer to get from 300 to 400. But 500 went so quick, I don't even remember it.
You want to know what am I freezing up? Or are you freezing up?
Who? Nuh-uh. I don't think I'm freezing.
You was. I don't know if anybody else seen it. It might just. I thought it was my Wi-Fi. That's why I was looking at my phone to make sure I got off the Wi-Fi on my phone. So I'll give it a little. I'll go on a little bit of water. A little bit of water. I'm reading Uncle Jeep. Hey, Uncle Jeep. By the way, saltwater. What's that? Is that one of them oceans people talk about? Hey, hey, thanks, Kevin. I was getting a little bit of lag here for a second. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say that your growth really started taking off once you got into the catfish community.
Yeah, and, it really took off once that happened.
And so for those of us that haven't followed you from the beginning, because we didn't, most of us weren't bass fishermen or saltwater fishermen. We didn't really, you weren't on the radar. And then all of a sudden you pop up and you're on the radar. What's it been like for you going from bass and saltwater, crowds to the catfish crowd? And what have you seen and what do you like and what do you don't like?
Well, originally, Real Beast started actually in Tennessee. When we first got our start, we were catfishing, but we were also bass fishing. Catfish was still kind of like a secondary thing, where I grow up at. Catfishing, that's a dirty word. You don't talk about catfish. You talk about bass fish and you caught a catfish. Okay, cool. Well, did you catch any real fish? I've been hearing that my whole life. So that was kind of my mindset when we first started the channel was we'll catch, catfish while we're catching other stuff to fill up the time, And then when we first got started, we weren't hardly getting anybody watching because the areas that we were filming in are massive catfish communities. Just like Mississippi is a massive catfish community. And, once we started segmenting our videos away from just, being a mix of different things, that this is catfish, this is bass, this is saltwater, I really started to see where the growth was coming from. My bass fishing videos, Even I caught 3 really big smallmouth up there in Tennessee, and those videos didn't really do too good. And I don't think they're bad, and I don't think any of my stuff is, great, but I don't think it's terrible either. But
I think it's good. I like your stuff.
Well, the saltwater, there was some growth. Depending on if you're fishing from like the bank or from a boat, it just depends. But like catfishing was it didn't really show up. I never really seen it much on YouTube. And then it was like all of a sudden there it was when I started separating my videos into catfishing videos. It's like, hey, when you do that, here maybe you'll like watching these. They start showing up. And then here's this like plethora of videos starting with Joe from Chat Cats. He was the first catfishing channel that I've seen on here.
Right.
And then of course I started looking into it. The big difference is the attitude, which y'all, if you've watched my stuff, people in here that watch some of my streams, I say it all the time because it's true. The bass fishing community, for the most part, and the saltwater community, for the most part, are not very friendly. You got good people like me and you, and there are good people, but a lot of the YouTubers, it's you reach out to somebody and talk to them, and you either don't get a reply or no thank you, and you're all competition instead of being like, I love fishing, we all love fishing, we should all be a part of it. It's right. You're taking my views, you're taking my super chats, I should have more subscribers this week, you took some, and it just got it was kind of downhearted for a little bit there. And then go over here, catfishing. Everybody talks to everybody that I've seen so far. I mean, I'm sure there's probably drama here and there, but everybody has been helping everybody. Yeah. Everybody welcomed me with open arms once y'all started seeing my stuff, asking questions, talking to me, support. I mean, it's a completely different world. And the funny thing is I've noticed that the catfishing community is one of the fastest growing fishing related stuff on YouTube. And that's why. I mean, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. I know just from talking in your other shows and stuff. I'll repeat what you said. The bass fishermen and saltwater fishermen that you've experienced, they're not really wanting to help you. They don't want to teach you new things, how to catch more fish and how to be successful, how to be a better YouTuber, and watch people grow. And this catfish community is completely opposite. I don't know how many live streams you jump in that is just loaded with people dropping people's channels and helping everyone grow, and even when people start getting close to that 1,000, everyone rallies behind and helps push, the next person up and lift each other up. And it's one of the coolest things to witness I've seen. Boom, right there's another one. Kimberly Oil or $20. Thank you so much for the super chat. But the catfish community is the best, and folks like John and Kimberly that help support tournaments and different things. Man, I don't want to start naming off names of people who do so much for the community because there's so many.
It's everyone.
But yeah. I mean, everyone in any way, shape, or form. It's the money part's aside is nice. There's things, involved that take money to pay for things. But the folks that are just sharing links and just being active in chat or dropping a cool comment, those are, to me anyway, those are, just as important to help drive you and motivate you to put out new content. But, so we've seen you. I'll go back. You said you reached out to Chat Cats and you did some fishing with him. So how long have you and Joe been hanging out? And what's that experience like hanging out with him on the boat?
Well, at first it started off, I messaged him on Facebook. I was actually working for a buddy of mine up there in Dalton, Georgia. That's where we moved to. And he's like, man, I know you'll find a place to fish up here. I know how you are. I need you to help me find a place to fish. So I found Joe's stuff and I messaged him on Facebook. And of course, we talked a little bit. He said, if you really want to get out and everything, you can charter a trip with me and we'll go fish. And, it doesn't have to be completely captain, whatever. We can fish and talk, and he ended up being a really cool dude. You know, he wasn't just some random captain. He actually ended up being a pretty cool guy. And so we got to talking and hanging out, and I can't even tell you how many times I've fished with him now, but we've been hanging out now about 3 years or so, close to it. I mean, because I messaged him not too long after we started actually filming stuff for Real Beast. You know, we had the name, but we hadn't really started like filming nothing. And one of our biggest videos is on his boat, which is neat, but it's different. It's a smaller boat. He'll tell you it's small boat. We're some pretty big guys.
Yeah, I wanted to break there for a minute, and in case you guys are wondering, we've all watched Chat Cat videos, and several videos I remember hearing Pat in the back. You know, I mean, he's talking to Pat. Well, guys, this is Pat.
What's up?
It took me, hey, honestly, even though I had already watched your channel, it took me a minute to figure out that was. I was like, I've already been watching this guy. I didn't even realize it. You know, I've seen him before. So that is cool. Big Mike says Joe is the best. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes his channel so relatable. Is, you know, he doesn't have a big sea arc with you know tons of rod holders and money. You know, bopping out. He's got a little boat like most anybody can get, and gets out there and gets it. Boom, Uncle Jeep trophies. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you very much. But I think that's one of the things that makes him so relatable is, you know, he ain't got a big fancy boat. You know, he can do what most of us can do and get out there and fish. And I think it's good. What are you laughing at?
It's thinking about his boat, man. When I got my other buddy, you'll hear in the videos, Broken Pole Joe. He's part of the Real Beast crew. You know, we're big guys. I'm pushing 240. He's pushing almost 300. When you get in Joe's boat, it don't move very well.
That's why I had to go for a big boat. I need to lose some weight, but I'm about 250 myself, and you know, when I get everybody in the boat, I still want it to go and everybody be comfortable. So I went go big or go home.
Yeah,
right there. Tommy says my boat's $500 fancy, and Tommy, I know Tommy. Tommy goes out in that $500 boat and some of these bass tournaments. Tommy Minnow Dunker's there. He's also a great multi-species angler. I don't know that there's anything he doesn't catch or can't catch efficiently, but he'll go out in a $500 boat and beat these bass guys in them $70,000 glitter rockets. And
nice.
I could just see the looks on their faces when he whoops them. I'd pay to see just that. Yep. Kelly says you guys got some good fish in that boat so far.
Yeah, we did. We got Joe's personal best blue, my Joe, in one of the videos. So it's been some good fishing.
He said you got to tread lightly. Hey, Zach, what are you talking about? 250 when I'm holding balloons.
Jeez.
I didn't say how I was going to weigh 250. My boat is like me, big, wide, and kind of ugly, but it gets it done. Creole, my Cajun brother, hey, thanks for stopping in, by the way. And yeah, that's the thing, you know, and that's the thing, like, you know, these guys out in kayaks, you know, of course, some of these kayaks get to be quite expensive. You know, the days of the Walmart specials, they're gone. But you know, some of these guys get out there in these kayaks and small John boats, and you know, and they put on the fish. I mean, fish don't care what kind of boat you got. They don't care. All they care about is the bait. So let's talk a little bit about that. What kind of equipment are you running with? I know that you've got a kayak as well. So we've got some, I don't know who we got in here with kayak fishing. I seen a couple I thought in here had kayaks, but if you would let us know what kind of kayak you're running, what your experience has been catfishing all that thing.
It's one of those expensive kayaks. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. It's the Old Town 136 autopilot. So it's got the spot lock.
Right.
And I got that, just because I do a lot of bottom fishing. I even bottom fish for bass. A lot of people don't know that. I bottom fish for everything, So with that spot lock, I can sit right there and I can fish over stuff. And that's the most expensive part of the equipment. And I don't have a trailer. I jam that gigantic thing in the back of my truck. It sticks 8 foot out the back end of it.
So a 136 is a 13.5-foot boat, right?
It's almost 15.
15?
It's almost 15 foot. And it's like 38 inches wide. It's a boat. I mean, it's not a kayak. It's a boat. But, I mean, I've taken it out. I took it a mile offshore in Florida in some pretty big waves, actually. Stuff I probably shouldn't have been in. Handled it fine, was standing up in it, riding waves. But as far as I'm just now getting into catfish specific equipment, I've up to this point have just been making my saltwater stuff work double duty.
Right. Yeah, if it can handle a shark, it should be okay handling.
Yeah, you would think, but I've been spoiled by some big catfish in the current.
Right there, there's Stan 3. He knows all about catching big fish in kayaks. He's been doing it for a while. I seen Matt up there said he's pushing 300 and he fishes out of a Walmart kayak.
Nice.
So, hey, if it gets you out there and gets you on the water and you're having fun, do what you can do with what you can afford. If you can't afford it, don't do it.
Yeah.
So, hey, there's Chris, Lime Action Outdoors. Hey, buddy, long time no see. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Appreciate it. So what kind of you getting into catfish specific tackle now? So what are you running now?
Well, the reels are still saltwater reels, but I actually see a lot of people use them for catfishing, and I always go for overkill because I tend to always hook into massive fish no matter what I go for, and I don't want to be like some of my buddies who are, oh God, it got away. So I actually got some pin. I think they're the squalls, the older version, the what do you call it, the Star Drag. Yeah, they're the 40s, so they hold like 300 yards of 40-pound mono. Yeah. And then I actually just got 3 Mad Cat rods mailed to me. One is a boat rod. I'm waiting. They're supposed to come out with their kayak stuff. I'm going to get some kayak rods, but I got 2 of their 2 10-footers. So one in spinning to go with my pin reel and the pin spinning reel, and then one in casting.
Okay. I got you. Daryl tuning in with us. Trophy Seeker Outdoors. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I know I missed a lot of others too, by the way. I just didn't. I want to cut Pat off here. He's got a good thing rolling. So Mike Greenwell there. I see you in the house. Thanks for stopping in. I'm not trying to miss anybody intentionally, but so you going with the Mad Cats rods? Are you going with the mediums or the medium heavies, or what do you look?
Right now, I've got a medium, and I think they're 2 medium heavies that are coming to me, or a heavy. I'll have to look. I can't remember. I think I ordered the heavies in the 10-foot. But I'm gonna try them out, see how they do. So far, I really like the 7'6" that I got a lot, so I might be sticking with them.
Was that a medium or medium heavy?
That one was a medium.
I've only held one once, and I casted with it a little bit, and the guy in the boat with us, he was fishing with them, and to me they were a little bit on the stiff side. So like to me the medium was more like a medium heavy, and a medium heavy was more like a heavy. So they're a little bit stiffer than what I typically compare things to. People ask me, because I've used a lot of different kind of rods if I've ever used those, and I've never used them. I've thrown some bait with them and tried them out, but that was my experience. They were a little on the stiff side, but that's not a bad thing. Just knowing it when you buy what you want to buy. Mike's Fishing Home, great show, Roger, and Pat Beast Mode. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. So what are you looking for in terminal tackle now? Is your saltwater doing double duty, or is there a certain brand of tackle that you're sticking to now?
Well, honestly, a lot of my saltwater stuff is doing double duty. I got some swivels that I absolutely just swear by. I use them for everything. They're I believe it's the Bill Fisher saltwater swivels, because I mean I
Okay.
use them for catfish all the way up to sharks. I've knock on wood, never had one fail or bend. Hooks, the Demon Perfect circles, mustad. I have to use those for sharks. So I mean, because they're not offset, they're inline. So I use those for catfishing too. Just the 11-aughts.
Do you not prefer an offset for catfish, or is it just because you're already buying those hooks that you just go ahead and use them anyway?
That's what it is. I actually like offset for catfishing, but it's gotten to the point to where, especially my wife will tell you, the amount of tackle that I have, if I'm buying, because I started out with Team Catfish, I liked their hooks. I really liked them, and I liked the offset they had in them, but I'd rather just buy one set of hooks that I like, that are good, and just stay with them,
right,
instead of having 50 different ones.
A lot of our success in fishing, no matter what species you're going after, is based on trust. And if it's a product that you've used and you trust, I mean, if you catch sharks on them, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's hard not to trust that. And it kind of goes with the same with everything. I've seen Daryl up there say that he's all Mad Catz rods as well. And be honest with you, if I were to use anything else right now other than Uncle Lou's, I've been trying and running Uncle Lou's rods for about a year now, and I absolutely love them. But Mad Catz is probably the other company I would consider. They just have a good customer relationship, and they do a lot of good things for the catfish community. And to me, I'd rather support a person or a company than a brand, if that makes sense.
right.
Because there's some other ones out there that have good products, but they have terrible attitude or terrible customer service, or however you want to look at it. And I'll never spend $1 with folks like that. But I agree 100%. Uncle Lou is who I trust. Yeah, and that's those rods. If you're wondering whether an Uncle Lou's rod will hold up, I know a guy that caught a 222-pound sturgeon.
Oh man!
See, they were just getting ready to quit for the day, and they decided. That Stan tells it way better. Actually, anyone in chat could probably tell the story better. They could probably tell it better than Stan by now. But that's that's the thing I was really getting to was having trust in your product is key. Kelly knows the story.
Yeah.
Stan 3 is buddy. Stan says, "Do and Lou, green and orange combo." Yeah. Yep. So what's coming up next for you? What can folks that already subscribe to you, or folks that are considering subscribing to you, what can they look forward to coming in the near future?
Well, I'm actually going to start doing some more traveling. My river is very seasonal. The fish won't really start running again until like the backside of February. So I'm going to actually be going to other places, and I see that. And Tennessee, I'm going to go back up there. I think I'm supposed to go fishing with Joe again in December at some point and do another live, I think. I need to get up with Mike again, and I know Bob from Bobcats Outdoors. He wants me to fish with him, and Daryl. So I have a lot of stuff. The thing is trying to find the time to go do it all. And then there's saltwater. That's starting to pick up. So I'm going to be bouncing around a lot.
Daryl wants to know if you think it's better skipjack or bluegill. We got a couple other.
Depends. Is Mike watching? Are you on, Mike? Because it's bluegill.
Big Mike has been in here.
It's bluegill, buddy.
Here's one from Lee Evans. Do you prefer river or lake fishing?
Loaded question. It depends on what I'm going for.
Yeah. Haven't read this yet. So I'm new to big catfish world. I'm stoked to start building my tackle. Uncle Lou is helping me by setting up some tackle and a pack to get me started. I hope it is warm again like today. Yeah, Uncle Lou has lots of terminal tackle. I used Uncle Lou's terminal tackle as well. The rattles, the swivels, the spooks. I like them all. So the rods, if he made line and reels, I'd probably run those too. Now the hooks I kind of bounce around on. I've used Uncle Lou's hooks, but I've really kind of stuck to the Diachi hooks here lately. And it's kind of like me, Skip, and Zach kind of, we order big bunches at a time. We order them by the 200 or 300. We just split them up. It's a lot cheaper doing it that way. But we, so I kind of bounce around. I'm, what I trust and what I like. When you're getting your rod, you should consider what kind of fish you're targeting and what water condition when determining your action. Yeah, absolutely. Depends on if what you're targeting and what size is in your area. Some of us don't have 80, 90, 100 pounders in our water, and we prepare ourselves to catch as big as fish as we can in our water, but in the areas of the country, sometimes that's not a real big fish. Tim Molina says, "Good man, Diachi rocks." Yeah, I've used Diachi in the past, and I've started using them more and more. And I'll be honest with you, it was Zach. It kind of really got me hooked on them. I could watch Zach would run. He had some Gamakatsus he was kind of just using up because he just wanted to use them. He didn't want to throw them away. And he also had Diachi hooks. And I would watch Zach. I could tell which hook he caught the fish on by how long it took him to get the hook out of the mouth. He could have his back to me, and I could tell him that was a Diachi hook, wasn't it? Because they're hard to get out, man. Once they get in, they stay in. And unfortunately, the Gamakatsus, they come out a lot easier than the Diachi. I know there's some folks that like the Gamakatsu, and that's quite okay. But the Diachi kind of won me over time. Oh boy, Freddie's stirring the pot here. Justin, if you want to go, I could probably go Sunday. But Uncle Jeep says, "What rod and reel combo do I get when I go fish the the Bass Pro?" I thought he was asking for
a funny story. I actually have gotten to fish in a Bass Pro Shop tank.
What?
I worked at the Bass Pro Shop in Pearl, Mississippi, and they needed to get a sample of some of the fish scales in there to test them for parasites. And so they let us guys use a rod and catch a few, and they got samples from them. So I have actually got to do
that. Where else have you? I don't even know anybody that's that can tell that story. See, Mike says they jumped the current to 35K today to drop it back to 20 later tonight. That tells you how much Mike is paying attention to his water and what it means. Being in tune with exactly what the river's doing, what your water's doing at all time, water temperature, flow, and all that. Chris Solders told me, anything that's good enough for Chris Souders is good enough for me. I was just tight, and I didn't want to spend the money on them. And once I seen for myself just the difference that they made, I wanted to run Diachi too. Let's see. They're asking if Big Mike's fishing tonight.
He better be. 20K is perfect. Don't fight me on this.
Is it?
And for me, it is. He prefers over 40.
I fished the brass. He prefers over 40.
Yeah.
In our experience, the more flow, at least in our trip down there, the more flow, the better. When they cut the flow back on us, we went from catching or getting hit every single pass on bump, bump and runs, to just it cut it in third or maybe in a quarter. The bite just really, really slowed down and changed. But when the water was running, man, the bite was hot for us. Try the Whisker Seco triple threat hooks I've been using. I actually have used those, and those are good as well. I think they're pretty close to the Diachi hooks, which there's another hook company out there that runs the exact same hook. You guys have to help me with this one. It's called a 7/0 Diachi, but this company calls it an 8/0, and it's the exact same hook. But I can't remember what it's called. My memory's not doing me very good today. I did remember that after the show tonight, we have Kevin Palmetto Cats is going into his Golden Whiskers Awards, going over the nominations, how to get nominated for it, the different categories and stuff. So that's going to be a fun show following right after this. So we'll make sure we get cut off just in time to allow everyone to get over and check out Palmetto Cats. So don't forget about that. So Pat, what are you doing as far as merchandise, stickers, anything like that? Do you have anything set up for folks?
We did, and then we kind of just stopped doing it for a while, just because, you pay $30 to keep a store, online store open, and nobody's buying anything. It was, it got expensive quick. For a while, and up till, I guess if it gets too many people, it might get an issue. But if you wanted a shirt or a sticker, I'll just send you one. If you ask, I can get them made. I get a whole bunch. It might be different, but
yeah, we gotta get up back here.
It's on the way. It should be there in a couple days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. I seen Bobcat just popped in and boom. Ask and you shall receive. We got Bobcat Outdoors, man. That's I don't know, Bobcat, who you use. It might be you.
Yeah.
But this is a great looking sticker. We're gonna put him on the board. He's gonna take up a big old spot because that's a big sticker.
You need a bigger board.
Those are very nice quality. Huh?
You need a bigger board.
That's okay. We'll add to it if we have to. It's getting full. I love it. I'll be honest with you. I'm a dork, and when I walk past this little studio office cubby hole I got in the house, and I see that board, man, it seriously, it makes me smile. A lot of these channels up here, the channels I've looked up to and watched over the years, a lot of these channels up here I've fished with, and hope to fish with all of them eventually. But yeah, it tickles me to see how well this thing's filling up, and I didn't put it in tonight because I had a hard time. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. I had a hard time getting this live stream set up, and the thumbnail to take right. It kept kicking out my own images instead of the thumbnail I created. So. But if anybody needs my address, you can message me, or you can go back in one of the other videos. It's in the description on most of the videos I have. And if you want to get your sticker up on the board, or you got something you want to send in, I'd be more than happy to put you up there. If you got two, send two, so I can put one on the board and one on the boat. But if you're only going to send one, that's okay. I'll put you on the board. That's what's important to me. And hopefully, everyone likes seeing their names back here in the show, and maybe some people see some names back there they haven't subscribed to before, and you can create some traffic. So while we're talking about that, if you like, hanging out with Pat tonight, and you're kind of interested in seeing some of his catfishing adventures and fishing with Chat Cats. You're fishing with Big Mike. What's some of the other channels or names that you fished with here?
So far it's Joe and it's Big Mike. Bob has asked me to come up there and fish with him. Daryl has asked me to come fish with him. That'll be pretty cool. I've ran into some other people. I don't remember their channel. They're multi-species. I'm subscribed to them, but it's one of those things they don't really post very often. So, but as far as like channels that I've fished with, it'd be Joe and Big Mike. So far, I plan on fishing with everybody if I can.
Yeah, when you get down that neck of the woods there, Chattanooga and down around there, man, there's a lot of folks down there. I could spend a couple weeks down there easy fishing with everybody. And Mike's Fishing Home with $1.49. Super sticker. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Chucky said, would it be the Boss Cat hooks? I don't think I'm using the actual Boss Cat hooks. So far, I'm just using the Diachi 7/0 and the 10/0. I don't think the 10 is a Boss Cat hook, but I could be wrong. Zach, if you're still in here, you could correct me. Zach is the orderer. We put our orders into Zach, and he takes care of it all. He's got his own file there now. I trade stickers with anyone trying to fill my door up in my garage. Yeah, that's actually part of where I started this idea. That was Skip. He has a door in his garage and started getting stickers on it. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. And I told my daughter about it, and she said, why don't you get you some poster board and put up there and just put them on that? Because I don't want to stick them to the wall. And I thought, man, that's a really cool idea. And but yeah, I think trading stickers is really cool. Like baseball cards, something like that. You send me a sticker, I'll send you a sticker. I need to get stickers ordered. I can make excuses, but I don't have a good excuse. Just haven't been able to. Stars are not aligned for me right now. I guess I'll just leave it at that. And kind of while I'm talking about that, I'll say for some of the folks that are in chat or got channels, and I've been missing a lot of shows and a lot of live streams lately. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on my plate right now that's making things pretty difficult. And so if I'm missing your shows, it's not intentional. I'm not blacklisting anybody or anything like that. I've got a lot of stuff here I got to take care of and focus on. And but I'm still here. I had a couple people message me this week and asked me what was going on. So all's good. All's good. So we talked about your boat or your kayak. You don't have a boat yet, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't want my wife to kill me.
Well, the kayak is just as big as an investment.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. What about electronics? What kind of electronics are you running on your kayak?
Well, I did have a depth finder until a log on the Tennessee River popped up and smashed it. It was just
Really?
it was a Lowrance. God, I'm trying to think of the name. It was a smaller screen. It was really nice though. God, I can't think of it offhand, but it's gone. I have to get new electronics. It got completely wrecked. I didn't even see this log coming down. It literally just popped up beside the kayak, and I had no time to react. It just took out everything.
Well, you just passed up all the Black Friday deals, so.
Well, I got two rods, so.
That's a lot cheaper than going with the new electronics.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I've caught most of my fish in my life without using electronics. That was a new thing.
The ability to read the river is I think because of electronics seems to be a lost art. Not to say true outdoorsmen, can read a river and know. I mean, you can't know what's on the bottom all the time, but there are certain features about the lay of the land that will tell you, kind of how the structure should be underneath. And, just paying attention to certain things in the river there will lead you in the right direction. So I got a buddy who is not tech savvy whatsoever, and he outfishes me all the time, and he don't have a fish finder worth a hoot, and he don't have a fancy trolling motor. And I always dogging him because I'm like, dude, you got to get some better stuff, man. And he goes out and catches fish. I'm like, whatever, forget it. That's what it is. Muskrat is currently suffering from buck fever. His doctor told him to take 30-06 and do something about it. We're not allowed to use rifles here. Best we can do is shotguns. Now we can do straight wall cartridges. So there's some 350s, 357s, and things like that we can use. But yeah, I've been hunting 7 or 8 times this season. I've seen one doe. I've got a black cloud hanging over me that I cannot get rid of. Like I used to be able to, I'd be done by now and just taking people out to watch them have fun. But yeah, Skip knows who I'm talking about. My buddy Herb, he catches fish, man. He's one of the old school guys that stays old school. He is hard headed, but he catches fish. So it is what it is. Anybody else got questions for Pat here? I've been kind of running my mouth, and it gets me sometimes. But we've only got just a few minutes left here before we're going to cut things off and check out what Kevin over at Palmetto Cats has got going on with the Golden Whiskers Awards. If you guys don't know what that is, you definitely need to stick around. Last year, there was an award show that was the caliber of any award shows you see on TV. It was really cool, very well done. Kevin put a lot of time and effort into doing that, and it was super fun. People nominate videos for all kinds of stuff, bloopers, best. There's so many categories, and it's so fun. So be sure you check it out because it was really, really cool when it was time for the awards. And so if you want to be a part of it and get your videos entered, or you watch a video, you can enter somebody else. Make sure you check it out. I know, Roger, I've only got 5 in the freezer, $3 and 2 does. Holy cow. How about you, Pat? You do any hunting of any type?
Used to. I pretty much don't have the land to do it anymore.
You can use a rifle now in Ohio? That might be. I haven't been deer hunting much the last couple of years. I got some health problems that keep me from climbing trees, and I just kind of wasn't real happy sitting on the ground. Not hearing very much shooting this year. Well, you didn't either until right at the very end. Somebody went crazy, the hunting property we were next to, but shots have been pretty low. Enjoy your show, Roger. Pat's a good dude, too. Hey, Bob, thank you so much for that.
Bobcat. Yeah, I'm all right. Like Trophy said, Daryl, I'm okay.
Shark Smith Angling. Is that somebody you know?
No, but I like the name.
Yeah. I thought maybe some saltwater guys checked you out, followed you over. Chunky Cat's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Working
Chunky.
and listening. Well, be careful. Don't cut a finger off or paint something you weren't supposed to. Appreciate you stopping in, though, buddy. We had a pretty good crowd tonight, up and down. Straight wall cartridges. Yeah, that's what's the 44 mag, 444, 4470, 350, and my favorite, 450 Bushmaster. Daryl, I seen you got some deer hunting videos out. Like I said, I've been so far behind on videos, live streams, and everything else. I've just got bigger stuff on my plate. And coming on here, honestly, it really helps. Getting on here and talking to some folks, and especially guys like Pat that are like-minded folks that just really have a passion for the sport, and a content creator on top of that, just likes making content and having a good time. Kind of takes my mind away from everything else for a little bit, at least an hour, and then I shut it down and go back to real life, real time fishing. Now he shows up with the glizzies, the hot dogs. I don't know. So, but anybody else got anything for Pat? Pat, you got anything for the viewers out there? Anything you want to say to anybody?
I'm just glad everybody has kind of welcomed me in, and y'all have been a part of this. And if I haven't seen you yet or talked to you, it's good to see y'all in here tonight. I appreciate it. It's always fun. Yeah,
absolutely. So, like I said, if you guys haven't checked Pat out yet, do yourself a favor and go over and hook set him and check out a couple videos. And once you start watching a few, you'll see why we had him on the show tonight. He's got some good stuff out there, and Pat, it's a joy having you, man. You're a good dude. I enjoyed it. Time went fast.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me be on here. I always just have fun in all of my stuff. That's the key part.
Yeah, and that's why it's so easy to have you on the show. After watching your shows and whatnot, this is the kind of show I love to have when we're just talking, getting to know each other a little bit better, and just like hanging out on the boat. That's how I like this show to be. We don't have anything to justify 50 cows blow a deer in half. Yep. I was trying to get Bob says your channel is growing fast, Pat. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, Bob. It's all y'all making it grow fast. It ain't me.
Right there, Mike Chavez. If somebody could drop that link again real quick before we get out of here. Hey, Dale Hayslip, thanks for tuning in. If I missed you earlier, sorry. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I tried not to, but when you got somebody talking, I let them just keep going. I cut them off enough on my own. I don't need help. I get to talking. Right there. Thanks for liking the name Real Beast. I will check your videos out. So good deal there. And Brad Cottle, thanks for stopping in. We're going to wrap things up. Like I said, we got Kevin Palmetto Cats going live here in just a few minutes. So you guys want to stick around and check out Kevin and what he's doing with the Golden Whiskers Awards. And we'll talk about our fish next week. We had a pretty good weekend this weekend. We got out some much needed time on the water, put some slime in the boat, caught a few decent fish, but it was as good time as always with my buddies representing River Warrior style. So, all right. Yeah, I got you, buddy. So, all right, guys, we're going to tune out of here. We'll see you guys here next week. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night, y'all.
Peace.